A very warm welcome to y'all out there. Welcome to the podcast. We're so happy to see you. It's been so long since we've been here and you've been here and we've missed you. And we want to know who you are and we want to know what you're doing, not in a creepy way. So put it down in the comments. And while you're doing that, I'm Karen from Ozone Fine Art Ventures out here on the wonky Oregon coast. And who's next? How about the artist formerly known as Don?
I forgot my name for a second because we started a while ago. Anyway, my name is Don, and my channel is Dreams of Scrimshaw.
Nice.
And yeah,
solid. Welcome, Don.
Thank you.
My name is Kurt with Rock.Hounding.Adventures out here in Western Colorado.
Nice. And that is all of us here in the room. Kyle is taking a break, and we might hear him though. So heads up on that. We'll just roll it off to this is a catch-up show. Since we haven't been around, we're just going to go ahead and get everybody all caught up on what's going on this wild and zany summer that I know everybody's been so busy. That's why we've been not here. And so first the shouts, holy shouts. We have a few weeks to catch up on. I will try to make this brief though. First of all,
we'll just play this part and fast forward.
Yes.
It's like 2x speed.
That would be a great idea. Just sounding like a chipmunk. First of all, we've been showing and telling so much, like for the last 3 weeks. But the first one was you guys showing us your incredible specimens. Thank you so much for sharing those with us and all of the cool stories. And you guys seriously rock. The ones that were also thanking you all and us as well. Crawdad and Rusty, Lisa Largent, 45, Johnny Rockhounding, Jackie Kaya, Dustin Finds Rocks, Ivan Lopez, Sandmaker was checking in from Dahlonega. You know what? He phonetically he spelled it out and I still got it wrong. I overachieve in this area. That would be in Georgia. And Mason in Indiana was eating checks. So there. Claude from Kalgoorlie wanted to know, Theo, have you got any hints about the next Makers Challenge?
I will be crossing that bridge very, very soon. I put it on hold just for a little bit, just because I've been insane busy this past couple of weeks, which I will talk about. There's something happening this week, which is I'm going to be completely out for that. But announcements coming very, very soon, like within the next month.
All right. So stay tuned for that.
I'm behind, but it is coming, I swear.
Yeah. And it's cool that they're asking.
Yeah,
I think that some people are scheming. It's a good thing.
Yes.
All right. And Blind Squirrel Rocks says that we need to get less sleep so that they can all laugh more.
I agree. That one where we were all just like running on fumes, that was one of the funniest shows we've ever had. Like,
that was a good one.
I'm down for that.
All right. Well,
chaos,
we're working on it.
Yeah. We're halfway there already.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers, coffee. Cheers.
Yes.
Everybody. Yeah. All right. So we had a couple of slideshows for the shows and tells after the viewer show and tell, and that turned out great. So Kyle, 100% cheers for you. And then was that a Jared idea? I think that was a Jared idea too from Currently Rock Hounding.
Yeah, I think that's so. What Kyle said.
Yeah. Digging on that. It gave everybody an opportunity to chat on their Friday night. Plus we got to see all of this incredible eye candy. And so that's kind of nice to know that, like, if ever I am feeling, sad and weeping on a winter day that we can't get out rock hounding, I can go ahead and like just roll those. That list of just the eye candy ones. And let's see, Rock Hounding with Jasper Blue and Scott Lambright, Julie McKenna and Cynthia Fox also dug those hostless podcasts. And no, Mary Beth, we are not disbanding. Okay, like maybe in the brain, but we're definitely still doing the podcast. And summer is just super difficult to be able to make everything happen. It's like when you want to cram every possible fun thing that you can do in, and then
before the winter hits.
Yeah, so no worries. We'll be all full of like podcasting through the winter time when we're stoved up inside, and hanging out with y'all. Thanks all of you for hanging out live and virtually with us over there in the Discord. We love you, and them's the shouts. So let's go on to the week, or actually it's been weeks, and so the catch up. Don, how about you get us spinning off?
Oh, it's been so busy. So let's see. I had a birthday. I launched a new channel. My other channel hit 25,000 subscribers. Yeah.
So much to be so happy about.
That's just the little bullet points. I'm working on more videos to come out on both channels. I did a bunch of faceting. That video came out recently.
Oh, so good.
That was a fun one. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then let's see. The second video on my second channel comes out tomorrow, so Saturday. I was going to do a premiere, but I can't because tomorrow, Friday, not tomorrow when this comes out, which is Friday. So today, actually, before this,
it's too hard. I can't keep up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you watch Wild Kyle and Paleo Chris, I'm sure you have seen Derek the Rockmaster. Well, Derek the Rockmaster is going to be landing in Billings tomorrow. And he came out specifically because we're going to go on like a 6-day adventure rock hunting across Montana. So that's why I will be out of commission for the next week. Like nothing will be getting done this week except for rock hunting, which I'm so excited about. And there's going to be some really, really cool hunts, one of which I have literally never done before. So I'm super excited to get a video on that one. So I'll say it to the podcast people. You guys get insider info that no one else gets. So we're going to Bear Canyon, of course, because if you are into rare rocks and you don't come to Montana, you have to go to Bear Canyon. Like that's a must. Then we're gonna go to my fossil beds to hopefully find some ammonites, but definitely
they're
find some.
officially his fossil beds.
They're my fossil beds, and no one else is allowed. Yeah, I staked my claim like it's like yeah, exactly. Gonna hopefully find some ammonites. Probably will find ammonite though. The ammonite is more common out there than the ammonites are. Then we're gonna go to the Cretaceous Tertiary boundary where the iridium layer is visible because.
You just wanted to say those words.
No, it's super cool. So the iridium layer is actually from the asteroid impact that started the mass extinction that killed all the dinosaurs. And there's a place in Montana where that iridium layer is visible, and it's so cool.
That really is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like so impressive.
It's so cool. And Derek actually runs a planetarium, and the college he works at is opening a mineralogical or geology museum. So, which is one of the reasons he's coming out is to collect a bunch of samples of rare material.
Awesome.
So we're going to go to the KT boundary and get some, like he's got crazy awesome, like galaxy photo level camera. So we're going to get some space photos of the KT boundary at night. It's going to be so cool. And then, let's see, what else? There's like 4 other things that I'm forgetting about. He's going to go to Medicine Bow one day. We're going to go to Judith Peak because we're going to find some Montana diamonds, and I'm going to get him some of those little micro smoky phantom quartz crystals. Those things are so cool. And then lastly, we're going to Highlight Canyon to dig for Highlight Opal, which I am so freaking excited about. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun.
Well, if you're not green with envy.
I know. I literally took the week off. I'm like, all right, let's just do this. Let's make this happen. It's a long way to come just to go rock hunting all the way up to Montana. So it's like, all right, we're gonna make the most of this.
Oh my gosh! Like the recap from your week after that is gonna be like the show.
It's gonna be crazy. I'm super excited. There's a few other spots along the way that I'm going to take them. Like there's a spot that has a form of calcite that's unique to Montana called red velvet calcite. It's weird. The calcite forms in fibers. So it creates this little blanket layer of red calcite that is literally, it like looks like velvet. It like shimmers the way velvet druzy does. I don't know if you guys have ever seen velvet druzy. It's so cool. Yeah. It's awesome stuff. And yeah, it's unique to Montana. So, and it's on the way to Bear Canyon. So I'm going to take them over there, get some of that. Yeah, there's a few other spots that I'm sure we'll hit up that are closer, but yeah, those were the main spots that we're going to go to. But yeah, then freaking 25,000 subscribers. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Like, doing a huge giveaway for that one. I have not announced what yet because I'm going to keep it a secret for now, but it's going to be like the biggest giveaway I've ever done. So I'm excited about that.
Wow, that's something to look forward to.
That might be included with some of it. Then what else? Yeah, I think that's mostly it. No video out on the second channel, which I know I was telling you guys earlier, but it's so exciting and frustrating because my second channel did in one video what it took my main channel a year to achieve, which is 600 subscribers with one video. I'm like, that's awesome. And I'm a little but yeah, second video comes out Saturday, so I'm excited to share that one with you all. It is totally nothing similar to the first video. Like, I'm trying to get the message across,
starting with the continuity right from the start.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I wanted to show just like, I don't know, I'm gonna make stuff out of everything. So like, maybe we'll be carving one week, but the next week, that doesn't mean we're going to be doing carving every episode, you know? There's a whole lot of cool stuff that I can't wait to show you guys. We're working with like 6 different mediums so far with the projects I've done so far. And I'm so excited to share more of these projects with you all. It's been so much fun. And there's something very freeing about the just embracing the chaos that is that channel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
Yep. Can't wait to see everything.
Well, all right. Thanks, Don, Dreams of Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
And how about you, Kurt?
Well, the past few weeks have been great in ways. Tess and I, we've been getting out to the rivers and rock hounding and just hanging out, and then came back to the house, and later that night I don't know what happened. Fell down some stairs, busted my knee up. No fractures or anything, but it's.
I'm sorry, I had to just because people are going to see that I just started laughing. I wasn't laughing at you.
I noticed
just changed my name.
It's all good. I was laughing.
Kyle just changed my name. I promise I'm not laughing at you. I just saw that my name changed. Sorry. Anyway, Kyle changed my name, and I was like, "Aha! He does exist." Okay, sorry,
nice.
Kurt. Sorry, Kurt.
I'm so satisfied with evil laughter. That's great. Okay, so I think Kurt was carrying some sort of thought.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I fell down the stairs. Everything's great though. Nothing's broken. No fractures or anything. Healing well. My knee and my wrist, and then so all the videos that will be coming out over the next couple of weeks will be lapidary videos because I haven't really been able to get out hiking or rock hounding or anything of the sort. We went back to the river like a week later, and I made a moat. I sat in one spot and dug a moat in the river.
Nice. Maybe you need another channel for that.
There you go. And what else? I've been doing a lot of wire wrapping, and I'll show you a couple of those for show and tell. And let's see. We went out to the Front Range. We had a couple of errands to run earlier in the week. So, which we got to go back and may do a little bit of rock hounding when we go back out that way. And I think what else? Pretty much sums it up.
Nice.
As far as what's been going on, just been trying to heal and go get out more adventures before the winter hits because it is coming. We were up in the higher elevation and it was like 37 degrees last night where we were,
Yeah.
Ice starting to form on the rivers, and it's like, no, it's too soon.
I know.
Way too soon.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Please, not yet.
Yeah. So,
Wow. Looking forward to seeing those wraps, though. I'm glad that you're still able to do that with your wrist and everything.
yeah, it's mainly my fingers.
Yeah.
Not my wrist. No wrist involved, really. But
It's not in the wrist.
Not in the
wrist. Awesome. So is that pretty much your weeks?
yeah, last Monday we cut up some laced agate, which I was kind of showing, like, Dustin, when we had Dustin on recently, he was talking about comparing like Crazy Lace, Laguna Lace to Missouri Lace, and I kind of showed some comparisons, and I'll show y'all in show and tell.
Oh, beautiful.
And so it's it looks so close, and yeah.
Yeah, that stuff out there at Haunted Ridge,
Yep.
you know, that is no joke. It's top shelf.
Yep.
Yeah, and isn't his event is coming up in October.
Coming up on Halloween, I think.
Yeah, I know it's like the Halloween jam or whatever. Go check that out, people. They're opening up the place, and it's going to be amazing, and you need some of that.
Yeah, go back a couple weeks, check out the episode we had when we had Dustin on. All the information is in that video and in the description.
Right.
Go to the event.
I'm loving this.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right. Moving on. Thank you, Kurt.
I would go if I wasn't 19 hours away.
Same.
I know. Even farther.
I know.
Want to go so bad. Maybe next year we can all make it.
I thought it was closer to Florida than it is. I looked it up, and it's like the same distance from Florida. Where do we stay in Florida? At Daytona. So I was like, maybe we could do that trip from Florida up to Missouri. And it's like, no, that's like a 16-hour drive. Okay, never mind. Either way, we're screwed. Okay.
Yeah, just bunches of travel.
Yeah.
Well, it's worth it. It's worth it for some of them haunted rocks.
Oh, heck yeah. Yep. I like spooky stones.
Heck yeah. Spookier the better. Well, that reminds me of my weeks. It's been a total fever delirium. After going to St. Helens, we got back, and it was just all downhill for a few weeks from there. So I don't really remember much. So I was editing the Helens video actually during that fever delirium. And so if it seems a little disjointed, the last video that dropped, that's why. But you can check that out and find out what I'm like when I'm totally running like a serious fever. And then we got out before we went to Washington. We did get out for a summer beach hunt, and it was epic. It was so unexpected. The summer ones usually aren't that rad. You're looking at the sandy top rocks at the very top of the rack line, and that's it. It's all sand. But we got lucky. So tonight I've got some spuds, studs, and duds from the I decided to cut them as I'm preparing this epic summer video that should land sometime during this weekend if all things go correctly and I can think for a few minutes at a time. And so tonight I'm showing the cuts that I did from the beach jaspers, because you go along and there's these like weird ones, and they're so like different that you could like have something really incredible, or they're absolutely ugly as sin. So, I mean, I'm sure you get that, Theo, on the both of you on the rivers, like, because it's river tumbled, you get a little bit of a preview. And
I'd say not so much on the Yellowstone, kind of with jaspers on the Yellowstone, but you can pretty much, if you grab out a flashlight, the Montana agates are clear enough that you can tell if it's going to be at least decent before you cut it. But what that made me think of was South Dakota prairie agates. It's the total same way with that, because what it looks like on the outside is usually not at all what it looks like on the inside. So like you'll think you have this awesome agate, and then you cut it and it's just like orange with no body or texture whatsoever, just orange. And then you cut one that you had no hopes for, and it's fantastic. So yeah. I think we've talked about this before, that the beach agates remind me a lot, or the beach rocks in general remind me a lot of the South Dakota prairie agates.
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we've had this conversation.
It's
I think a few
bougie
times,
day. Yeah. And so that's coming up for the show and tell. Place your wages now on Spuds or Duds. And let's see. Oh, I got a package from Rio Grande. The Rio Grande. And yeah, if you know, then you know you're just Twitter paid at any time that one of them packages lands on your doorstep.
It's like Christmas every time.
Every time. Well, silver was so darn low, I had to like pop on some of that.
I know. I need to
and
get
it's already
some
gone
real
up
bad.
$2.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
I missed
it's
my
alright.
window.
Yeah,
I need to order
it's
more.
a roller coaster right now, so
Yeah.
it'll flux again. But
Every
no
time I
fun.
panic about it, I just look at the gold prices, and then I feel
Yes.
better about buying silver.
I'm
Okay,
not
at least
buying
it's not
platinum, so
Yeah, it could be worse.
yeah. But yeah, I caved and I finally got set up to do something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. So like, I don't know how many machine and project puppies I'm allowed to adopt this summer, because like, wet angle grinder, and I got my facet machine, and here's this thing that came in the mail. But yeah, I am super excited.
Well, and you got the slab saw in the spring, so you've got like a full kitted out shop now. What, like, you're missing like a cabbing machine, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
You're set, man.
Like, I'm almost a grown up. It's crazy. But yeah, so I'm excited to take you all on an adventure, and like it has to do with torching things, and anytime you get to do that,
It's a good day.
Be so happy. Yes. And so that's pretty much it. Just still brain fogging and got a little cough, but that's about it. I'm back to as abnormal as I was before. So that's my weeks, and that means that we are into the show and tell portion. I mean, we're just cutting to it tonight.
Yep.
Unless anybody has anything to add. Yeah.
I don't have anything to add, but I do have to time out for a second because my cat is spazzing the heck out. She's just going crazy.
Gosh, where were we?
Unpause.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Were we showing and telling?
It was,
I
we were
think we were about
transitioning
to.
show and tell.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds
And
like
Dawn said you had to go.
Yeah, I had to leave, but I'm back now. It's okay.
So Dawn, show us your showings.
Show us the dreams.
This feels weird because I don't have anything physically. It's all just videos because one of them was too big, and to do it justice, I don't have an outlet close enough to show you the cool part, and then the other ones are too small. So I guess we'll start with the faceted stones first. So I guess right here, what you're looking at right now is a piece of moldavite that I faceted. And it came out so well. This is a Portuguese round cut. It feels so weird with moldavite because moldavite fakes are just rampant on the market. It's really like, if you can't see it in person first, I would actually advise against buying moldavite because you get fakes so often. I won't buy moldavite unless I can like actually look at it and make sure that it's real first. But this one, it's weird though, because when you facet moldavite, you kind of want inclusions and like imperfections. It's like, generally speaking, if I'm faceting and it has imperfections, I won't even cut it, or I'll cut it in a way where I am cutting out the inclusions, or like little fracture lines or something like that, because you just get a better stone at the end. But you actually kind of want that stuff in moldavite that's faceted because it's like diagnostic almost. It's like a built-in letter of authenticity. And I forget the name.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
So fake moldavite usually does not have bubbles. Real moldavite has a lot of bubbles. So bubbles are actually a really good thing to see. And then I always forget the name of the mineral, but there's like, if you take a loop or even put it under a microscope and look at moldavite up close, it has like strands of a mineral that I cannot, it's a super long, weird word that starts with an S that I cannot ever remember, but only true moldavite has that. And it's really cool. It's like almost chatoyant in the stone. So if you see those two things, you know, you have legit moldavite. And yeah, it's again, it's kind of weird because usually with faceting, you want something that is flawless. Whereas with moldavite, you actually really want those flaws in there because it's proof of real moldavite. So there's my little tangent.
That cut definitely, you know, just finished out that stone so nice though.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Beautiful.
I love
very,
moldavite.
very beautiful.
I was gonna do a bigger one. I have a few other pieces, but I don't know where I put them. They're somewhere very safe.
Right.
I have no idea where
so
they
safe.
are. Yeah. I mean, that one that I cut was probably like, I don't know, like the tip of my thumb. So it was like that big. Not a very big piece, just perfect for a little you know, centerpiece on a ring or something like that. But I have another piece of moldavite that's like this. It's like almost 2 inches long. And I was thinking about cutting that one, but I couldn't find it. I don't know where it is. So
it's somewhere safe.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I know it's safe because I didn't know where it is. Second is going to be this synthetic ruby that I cut into a Pharaoh's Eye cut. And this is a weird thing because it's not red. So if you want to get real technical, it's not ruby, but all lab grown ruby is marketed as ruby. Like, so you're both wrong and correct by calling it ruby. If it was a natural stone and you called that a ruby, you'd be incorrect. It'd be technically a sapphire because it's
not red enough.
So sapphires and rubies are both corundum, but there's a specific, it's like AL02 is specifically is what ruby is. So there can be corundum that's red that's not ruby.
Oh.
Right. But if it's true red and it's AL02, which I'm pretty sure is, I think that's right. I don't remember. It's either AL02 or AL03, but I don't remember. But it's like, chemically, it's a just slightly different form of corundum, but yeah, you can actually have red sapphires, and yeah, but it has to be red to technically be a ruby. Because you can get AL03 or 2. I don't remember which one. That's blue. That is the correct composition, but it's not technically ruby because ruby is technically only red. But for some reason, when it comes to synthetic lab grown, even if they're clear, yellow, orange, like they're all labeled as ruby. So I don't know what to make of that. But yeah, anyway, long-winded explanation.
Another beautiful stone. Very incredible. And that's such a neat cut, you know.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I think more people need to know about some of the oddball cuts out there, because I think when you think faceted, there's a lot of different traditional style cuts, or like emerald cuts, or brilliant cuts, or, you know, just all of these different, like, that you see a lot. But there's a lot of really, really, really cool cuts out there that you never really see. Like one that I almost did in that video is called an Edelweiss, and it's so weird looking. It's like normal little triangles around the rim, but instead of putting a table on it, on the crown, so that flat spot, you actually put it's like a bunch of different, I'll send a picture. Another way is I'll send a picture. It's like it's like a set of like a bunch of different hexagons instead. It's so weird. And another one is literally a yin yang cut, which is really weird to cut, and it's super cool. But I just love oddball cuts. Same with the pixel cut. Like the pixels are one of my favorites to do, just because they're weird. You don't see them very often.
Yeah, I like the reverse faceting as well. Like that's really, really neat. That's, you know, in and of itself an art form, and a lot of them are based on fractals and that sort of thing. So just wow. Yeah,
it's so cool. Yeah, I'll definitely send you the patterns for all of those once you get to your plates, because those are a lot of fun to work on.
Do it.
The Pharaoh's Eye is patience testing, and I will say that, because it's a lot of like, the Portuguese round is super easy. It may look complicated, but it's actually really easy. But the Pharaoh's Eye is, you're paying pretty close attention to make sure your cuts are perfect, because there's a lot of there's like I did the math in that video, and it's like 140 something facets.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, stubborn and used freaking ruby So that you guys know that's super, super, super hard. Like only thing harder is diamond. So I just start at 360, which means I had to do 140 cuts on 360, and then again on 600, and then again on 1500, then again on 3000, then again on my diamond pace. So I did the math in that video and like actually calculated how many times the stone touched a plate, and it was like over 1,000 times. So it's a process. I was like, that was a day and a half endeavor. You can do it in a day. It's just I use epoxy just because I like to make sure that I used to use wax, but it pops off so often when I'm fasting.
Yeah, I think I asked you on the comments, but I think you had a couple that you still have to get back to. So
yeah,
I didn't think that was maybe the place to ask. But yeah, like how nice to be able to do a quicker DOP, like epoxy and just regular super glue, right?
Yeah, CA is the one I use all the time. Actually, CA is fantastic for gripping on. Like sometimes if I'm doing a really big stone like that glass, for example, I'll attach it to the dot with a little bit of CA just because that locks it in, right? And it like instant sets. So you're not like trying to figure out where the stone is going to be. You just set it down exactly where you want it. It's set. And then I'll put epoxy on the dop and the stone around like after I have it set up. And then when that cures, it's not coming off.
Are you using that quick cure, the UV cure?
Yes, I use that all the time for small stuff.
That's the stuff.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that stuff. For little things, it's fantastic. Like like the Moldavite, I used it on the Moldavite, and it grips, and it's so nice because you don't have to wait for curing or anything. Like you literally put it on, count to 4, and it's done, and it's
instant
so nice.
grass. Yeah,
it's so nice. Oh, I love that
time
stuff.
to wait.
I
got like thousands of facets to do.
Yeah, exactly. I always use it with sunstone. It works real well on sunstone.
Oh yeah, and sunstone is tricky. It loves to pop off. So.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah,
it doesn't like the CA.
You have and you have to have like your wax perfect, like perfect temperature, kind of wax, or else like forget about it.
Yeah,
like I have sent so many sunstones across the room. I don't even want to talk about it.
I've murdered a few myself.
Oh yeah, I have not found, like I'd be like almost on the end of I don't know if you've seen those hand faceted ones that I've done in the past. Yeah, and bing.
That's the worst. I've done it before, and it's awful.
You're checking windowsills. You're like on your hands and knees, like.
I had one painting a year later and find it.
Yeah,
I did that actually on a sunstone, and I was literally done shaping, and I was going on and doing the last diamond paste to polish it, and then it popped off, and I had this moment of, well, I guess this is where the stone lives now, because if I put it back on the top, it's going to be not squared in center again. So like getting it back on after it comes off and getting exactly squared cuts is next to impossible. So yeah, it's like, well, I guess I have a cut and unpolished sunstone faceted now. But yeah, I used to use wax when I first started, and I just stopped using it because the resin just holds a little better, and I'm impatient. So another hack
I'm leaning that way
that I learned is absolutely crazy awesome is, and this is so ghetto rig, like this is as ghetto rig as it comes. So I'll put a stone on, and then I put a tiny little like line of just a little bit, just so it holds on, of CA onto the dop right under the stone. And then I take paper towel, like a tiny little strip that I rip off and then roll up so it's all thin. And I'll clip it, I'll push it down onto that little spot of CA so it holds on. And then I wrap it around really, really, really tight around the dop and the stone. And I'll flood that paper towel with CA. And the fibers in the paper towel hold on to it like so much better than resin or anything else I've ever used. It's actually mind-blowing. So
my mind is blown, and I'm gonna try it.
It works so well. And then when you're done, you can literally, it's just like glued paper, so you can just clip it off super easy, and it cures like instantly. Like when I do really big facets, that's what I use to bolster my big stones.
Wow.
It works really, really well. And it's probably like the most oversimplified way of attaching a stone to a dock.
You're just making a mummy.
Yeah, exactly. It works so well though. But okay, I totally just went on a crazy tangent. So so my bad, guys. You want to hear me talk more about fasting? You can go watch last week's video. So my last show and tell is actually the first video on my second channel, which is this monstrosity that you're looking at right here. So,
it's amazing.
Yeah, look at that. Look at it glow. Anyway. So I took a cylinder and poured purple resin into it, and then I carved it into Gengar, the Pokemon. And then I carved a wooden base out of some driftwood and drilled some holes through the base so that I could put LEDs in, and then attached it onto the base. And I made a resin Gengar lamp, and it was a lot of fun.
It turned out so amazing.
It was a lot of fun. That was a good one.
It turned out so good. Yeah, I love the base. Like that was as though the Gengar wasn't enough. You know, you finished it.
The original plan was to like actually take that wooden piece and carve it into like wispy pattern, you know, like the little spikes coming off were supposed to be like smoke, because then I was going to paint it black. And you can actually take caulk and dye it black or purple or whatever, and if you it holds its shape, so you can actually like get it into like a smoky pattern, and then once it cures you can paint it so that it looks like not shiny. You can like put a matte on it and then paint it with like little white tips and different colors and stuff with an airbrush, and it literally looks like perfect smoke. So that was the original plan. And then I finished cutting the wood, and I was like, this is not the wood I think I thought it was. I thought it was cottonwood, but it was just beautiful curly cedar.
Ooh.
And I was like, there's no way I can put, yeah, exactly. After I saw that, I was like, yep, it's staying raw, because that's so pretty.
Yeah, I can't insult the wood.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to listen to what the wood tells you. But usually a lot of the wood that I use for carving, actually pretty much all of the wood that I use for carving, now that I think about it, is driftwood that I find on the river, which is part of the fun because you never know what you're going to wind up with. But it's almost always cottonwood, and I've gotten to the point where I can recognize cottonwood when I see it. But all of the bark was stripped off of that log, so I thought it was cottonwood, but nope, cedar. Super pretty cedar.
It's cool. Yeah. Driftwood is awesome. Love getting the stuff out here, and we have a lot of alder, but you could just find anything.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always kind of like a trip to smell it. You know, because usually you smell it before, you know, as you're sanding, before you get a good look at it. And so it's like, name that wood.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was so positive it was cottonwood, but cottonwood has kind of like no scent. It kind of is like a mixture between just scentless and a little bit like, however you would describe the scent of dust is what cottonwood smells like when you're carving it. And it's super soft. It's like a really soft wood, if that makes sense. If you compare it to rocks, it's extremely soft. So it carves really, really, really easily. So when I started shaping it and it was hard as heck and smelled absolutely phenomenal, I was like, this is not cottonwood. What the heck is this? Cedar, everyone, whether you like enjoy working with wood or not, or do it regularly or have never done it, everyone needs to get a Dremel and a sanding drum and just burn some cedar, because it's the best smell. Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
So addicted to cedar. And I like bamboo too, especially when you're doing a cutoff wheel, so it roasts it a bit. Like, oh man, that smells so good.
Exactly. The project I'm currently working on, I'm not going to say what it is, but I'll say that it's wood, and it's lodgepole pine. Oof. Oh my gosh. It's like having just incense in the shop. It smells so good. Oh, it's so good. One wood to stay away from that I learned the hard way is Russian olive. Is the most foul smelling wood I've ever worked on.
That is so good to know.
Yeah.
Those of us that are wood sniffers out there.
Yeah, it's sad because it's like such a gorgeous wood, but oh my gosh, it smells horrible. And it just stays like, you work on it and the shop will smell like it for the next like week at least.
Don't you hate it when you've been working and you smell something in your nose like for a really long time? You're like, I can't get this out of my nose.
Yep, that's Russian olive. It's so pretty though. I have a big Russian olive burl that I am wanting really bad to make into something, but I don't want to deal with that smell.
I'd be scared.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to deal with that yet.
One of the bad things of like working in like a frame shop is like when you're getting woods that come in from international, and you're cutting it, and some of the moldings just smell so horrible, and it just makes the entire shop smell for like weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I bet.
What just happened? What did I do?
You're fine.
What just happened?
You're fine to us. Are you okay?
Did you see the screen go black in my glasses?
Yes.
I pushed the sleep button on my laptop. Sorry about that.
Oh,
He blacked out. Come back.
I'm glad I didn't panic completely.
Right. No panicking. So wow, that's amazing shows and tells. Is there more?
No, unfortunately. I'm sure I have more on my phone that I could pull up, but I don't want to do that right now.
Well, thank you so much.
I think I hit my limit. I went off on a tangent with all 3 show and tells. So.
Yes, we got a great faceting overview, and it was so satisfying. Hopefully y'all are hanging in there. So thank you, Dawn. Kurt, how about you?
I'm gonna pull a Theo real quick. I gotta go feed the cat just real quick.
Bye, Kurt.
I'll be back in like 20 seconds. Anytime you can check out this little cat.
Oh my gosh! I just see ears.
Still in the box. Okay, sorry. I'm back. So my show and tell. I'll start off with a couple, and I'll send the pictures to Kyle.
Oh gosh.
But this is Missouri lace and Laguna lace. So you can kind of see how similar, I don't know if you guys can see, but the lace pattern color is pretty similar. So they do, like Dustin said, they look pretty similar, and so forth. And then I also cut up some the red Rosetta lace, but it's not really, I don't know why it's called the Rosetta lace, or the piece that I have is not Rosetta, or maybe it's not really lacy, but it has a lot of like little court druzy pockets, and then deep reds and deep reds. And I've showed the larger piece in previous show and tells, but all these slabs will be used in a few different videos, because there was the cutting, then the dopping, the cabochons, and then the wrapping as future videos.
Awesome. Can't wait to see.
And then for like my show and tell for like the wire wraps that I've done, what is this again? Charoite? I can't pronounce that word.
Yeah, charoite.
It's purple charoite. It's a little piece I did. Yes, from Russia. And
my computer just reminded me that I'm muted.
I'm glad that you unmuted so that you could tell us that.
Yeah, well, I was exclaiming, and yeah, my computer literally was like, "Hey, idiot, you're muted."
That's beautiful, Kurt.
Yeah, it is.
I love charoite.
And
it's so
that's what
pretty.
I was trying to say.
I can't pronounce that word.
Man, that ghost is sure flirty.
He is. And then this is a piece. It's not done. Ooh. As you can see, I still have wires coming out the back. It's the fire agate that I showed when we had I'm mind blank. Yeah, Sweet Jim on.
Team.
So this one will be hopefully done in the next day, or probably the next day or two, and then I'll have it up on the Etsy shop.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Back of it just like that. This will be tied down. So
heck yeah, I love the way you separated the dark pocket.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah,
that looks awesome.
I was hoping to get like the line of the dark and the light perfectly, but it didn't go on perfect, but I'll send pictures in so you guys can see. And then like the most recent wrap that I finished is this piece of Laguna lace. It turned out way better than I was expecting. And just
gorgeous.
with four wires. I cannot talk tonight.
Just
4 wires with a nice weave. So
yeah.
Heck yeah.
That one turned out really beautiful. And then the back of it's just really simple. So
really, really like the way that you're finishing those out.
Yeah.
I once had a customer that bought a piece from me and then came back to the gallery and she was wearing it backwards. And I was just like, do I say something? Do I not say something? And so she was trying on different things and I gave her the piece back forward and she put it on and I was like, I think you got it backwards. And she's like, I like this side better.
Like, all right.
It's kind of like the deal with your piece that you just showed is, it's so cool when it can go both ways. Like somebody could totally wear it back forward because of the artistry, and showing off of the metal work if that's what they're into. So.
A lot of the times when I wrap something and I give it to Tess, she wears it the opposite direction. I'm like, that's backwards. She's like, but I like it this way back.
Yeah,
that's your right as a consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. And testimony to what a good job you did on both sides.
Now, I'll share this with y'all. This is not related to jewelry or rocks or anything, but when I was working in custom framing, do y'all know what needle stitches are?
Needle stitches?
Or like needle points. Like
like embroidery.
Yeah. So I've seen some that have been done so well, you can't tell what is the front and what is the back.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, right. And you're trying to decide which way to frame it.
Yeah, which way to stretch it to the board to frame it. And I've done this twice. Once in Austin, once in Texas, and once in Arizona, a year apart. And I've framed it, customer picks it up, and there's always a husband that picks it up. And they're like, this looks fantastic. She's going to love it. Takes it home, and then I hear a day later, I get a phone call. I framed it inside out. Oh, I'm sorry. Bring it back. I'll take care of it.
Lady, you're just that good,
Yeah. So you should take that as a compliment.
Yeah, and leave it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
But those are my show and tells, and I'll make sure to send Kyle the pictures so you guys can all see the better images.
Thank you, Kurt.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, beautiful work. All right, so I brought some of the beach jaspers that we found down on the beach during the summer craziness. Totally unexpected. I'm going to start with this one. We were trying to figure out studs or duds, and this little guy, he's small, but I noticed that there was a regular patchy pattern, and oftentimes you're asked, like, what is it that draws your eyes? What are you looking for when you're looking in a big sea of dusty rocks like the Yellowstone or in Colorado? What is it that's supposed to be catching your eyes? And if you don't have your eyes calibrated right, you might, miss out on whatever it is that you're even looking for.
Yep.
Yeah. This patchiness is actually zeolite. And doesn't show up awesome on the zoom camera, but every single one of those little spheres is the sphere spray of the zeolite. And so they're these wonderful little, very intricately kind of look like little tie-dye white splotches.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so it's this is one of the ones that's going to look really super cool under the microscope. Hint, hint. So that'll in not the hunt video, but the cut video for this one. And then this guy is one of the beach jaspers that you're walking along and you're like, you've got some kind of fanciness. There's some interesting breccia. This has little ribbons of carnelian rolling through it. So something's got to be like going on inside there, right? And this is it a stud? Is it a dud? With that kind of outside, I'm dying to know. And this guy actually, when Kyle puts up the film, these are agate pockets, and so they're translucent, and they're kind of a maroon color. And then these guys out here are more blue and green from the marcasite, and then there's the ribbons of the probably quartz breccia. And so that guy turned out to be pretty fancy, and
Heck yeah.
with the wet angle grinder, a shine on that would probably make a pretty fun specimen. And so not doing too bad on, seriously, they could just be puke inside as well. Like, it happens as many times when you're like so excited and it cuts for so long, because these are kind of like Montana agates. Like, our beach jaspers are so criminally hard.
Yeah.
So do I wear out the saw blade on these or not? Just out of curiosity. So this guy here totally looks like a piece of basalt. I mean, and then I saw this little ribbon of something going through it. I was like, okay, we'll check that bad boy out. And this one ended up, and I'll describe it for you guys, unless you saw it come up in the message. Blue agate through this whole area here, and then little yellow ochre patches, probably from iron or something like that, and then the typical really super dark staining with the iron and the marcasite. And so that one I totally expected, like, okay, it's probably just a little piece of seam in basalt, it's going to be stupid. And so, like, the one that I had the least bit of faith in to do anything for me turned out to be the hardest one. It took, like, I actually had to take a break halfway through the cut and let my machine cool down. I'm not kidding.
Oh man.
My 10-inch. Yeah. Like,
dang.
Yeah, it was like, I could smell it, and you can tell I'm still a little stuffed up. Like, I'm like, oh, like the burning smell. I should probably take a break. I mean, it was pretty excessive, but it turned out that all three of them were fun. And so those are from the video that should be dropping sometime this weekend of the hunt, so you can see them found. And then I'm gonna go ahead and have a video for the cutting and the polishing, so you get some gratification on that.
Heck yeah, those are awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it's so much fun when they turn out to be okay, because like, if you spend the whole day cutting and you do have like all duds, which does happen. I don't know how many of you out there, but it does happen to me. I don't think my crystal ball quite works perfectly, and so yeah, I'll just be like, well, I have nothing for show and tell. Think I'll bring a puppy. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was a fun beach hunt. We found a little bit of everything. I couldn't believe it. It was like a textbook or encyclopedic, like, let's just go through the things that we can find on this beach. So it was pretty neat. Like,
heck yeah.
Yeah, we kind of rang every bell. And so that is my show and tell, and that means that we're on to the words of wisdom. So Dawn, what are your words?
I don't know. I don't know.
Quick, get wise.
I'm trying. Get wise real fast.
Man, I've been muted this entire time. I've been like talking and just realized
I was like, wise with the
so
fast.
Quiet.
I was communicating with y'all.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was muted also. So my words of wisdom are check and see if you're muted or not. No, it's not. So I guess I'm just gonna repeat myself what I've said before. But it's more real now is the difference. Because
I didn't really mean it when I was
didn't really mean
before.
it. I was just fronting.
Yeah.
It was like with my channel, with my second channel. I was so nervous to start it, and then once I started it, like once the videos were done and I had it like scheduled to start, it became real, and I was like, the nervousness turned into excitement. Now that the first video's out, I'm just so stoked on it. Like, it's just so much fun. So if you have that thing, just don't wait. Just do it. Why is just do it always my word of wisdom? Everyone just do that thing.
Do it.
Kyle, Where's you do it?
Come on.
It's fine. He's probably on the phone. It's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Wait.
Watching a movie.
Here he is.
I just said, just do it for like the 900th time.
Do it.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, thank you, John. I think that everyone should do it. And Kurt, how about you?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I'll actually think this week
I
for a
try
better
to be
one.
more prepared for words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Winter's coming, so get out, have fun, rockhound, go on hikes, experience the beauty. It's all about getting out into nature and having fun, and pick up your trash if you take trash out with you, and just have fun.
Awesome words of wisdom. Those work every single time. Thank you, Kurt.
Should I just add in a stop not liking shells just for good measure?
Right. Well, you know what's really funny? I wish I could screen share right now. Like mine is do it. I kid you not.
Is it really? Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
We say that all the time, but seriously.
Just fistball.
Do it.
Do it, yes.
That's everybody's words of wisdom this week. But actually, my observation was that of I was really lucky to be able to catch a live stream from Patrick Donahue, who has been doing faceting for a short matter of time, and in that short matter of time, he's opened up a channel. He's learned how to facet in like 9 months or something like that, done a live stream, and he's just opening up a store. And I was just like, wow, we watched that totally bloom before our very eyes, and he's like killing it. And I was
selling
really...
stones now?
Yes. No, he doesn't kill stones like I do. Like not like I kill opals. No, he's definitely just rocking. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, this is one of those do it things that y'all are talking about,
Heck yeah.
You think about it, but boy, it's not that much of a stretch to do it. And then, the fallout can be just amazing. And so I was just applauding Patrick Donahue.
Heck yeah.
For getting out there, because I've been intimidated to do a live stream. Like I want to do one, but I'm
I'm
like,
too afraid.
What am I gonna do? Yeah.
One time I did, my phone overheated.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube for almost 4 years, and I'm too afraid to. I still have never done a live stream. Like, man, premieres are hard enough.
Right. And so yeah, get out there, do it, and
have fun.
Right, and enjoy the
pick up a shell while you're at.
And get a shell. And there was a single word that we needed to remember to do also. That was from a couple weeks ago. It was like you had one word that it was like from, I think. Or
yeah.
Like
it's from, yeah. From.
It's really
remember,
important.
Kids, from.
Yes. Yeah, and so if you guys have some words of wisdom for us,
words plural,
go ahead and leave them in the comments. Do you guys have any finishing thoughts this evening? This fine catch up.
Given my 3 words of wisdom, I'd say my brain is pretty shot tonight.
You spent.
Yeah.
That's it. How about you, Kurt?
Same, man. Same.
Yeah.
It's speechless.
Love it.
Well, I've also been deep cleaning the shop over the last
faceless
2 days, so my brain is just extra sludge tonight. I don't have capacity for mental whatnots.
Well, that's what they keep on tuning in for.
Yeah, the chaos or my slow descent into madness.
So yeah, like we're successful on that front every time. It's guaranteed. Yeah. Well, thank you all for coming and listening all the way to the end of the podcast.
Oh, Kurt.
Make sure to Kurt, you got something?
What does Theo say?
What is it that I say? I think I have like 12 billion catchphrases at this point.
Right? Oh yeah. If you want to join us on the Discord, send us an email. If you want to be in the next show and tell, because you know that it's inevitable that we'll have another one at some point soon, send us your cool stories and your beautiful rocks. And tune in next week when Theo says,
I don't know, probably something about turtles.
I like
I don't know.
turtles.
The turtles.
Turtle.
good night, rock on. We'll see you next time.
Eh.